Welcome into our new series here on Forgotten Isles. Let's hop in the pickup real quick and take a brief tour of the farm. As you can see here, this is our actual house. It's up on top of the hillside. Actually, both of our main farm locations are on top of these mountain peaks. Not really peaks, but very high spots. Of course, it goes a lot higher in the background, but this is one of our fields here on our right, and we can go down. We have a cattle barn down at the bottom of the hill. But we did put in a bridge here to get us across to the main farm ground where all of our barns are. We have a sheep pen here on our left, the barn that we keep the truck and the combine in here on the right. Another chicken coop up here, along with our silo system. Our little repair container up there on the left. And all of our equipment are stored in these two buildings here. All of our hay stuff right there, and our planting equipment is all inside that one. Let me get down to the bottom of the hill here and show you some of our fields. When we get past our sheep pen here, we have another field that's actually ready to be harvested, and we'll be harvesting it in a little bit. You turn the corner, you go down, and then in the distance you can see our bale storage building up there. And it's right next to our cattle barn. We have this cornfield here on our left. And then just up this driveway we have a lot of just open, pasture ground, or we're going to actually mow them and mow this ground here. We have all this going to be mowed up, and we're going to probably turn it into hay fields. Let me spin around real quick, not go off too high of a spot. Head over to the cattle barn. And this here is our cattle operation. We don't have any bales yet, so we really need to get started by mowing up some grass so we can get some silage bales fermenting. We can go ahead and get hay bales made up, some grass for the sheep. I'd like to get cattle and sheep pretty quick. Can't do it until we have someone to feed them. Let me get back. We'll go back to the barn on top of the hill and start getting the mower out to start mowing. Forgotten Isles is actually a map that is pretty well totally based on little islands. They're all surrounded by water. There's water over some of the roads. Get up in some of the fields. As soon as I get parked up here, we'll pull up the PDA of it so you can actually see the map. Parked. This is an overview of the farm. We own everything here in the blue. And there are a couple timbers, to the east that we're thinking about purchasing in the future to be able to turn them into maybe some fields later on, or just use the lumber for productions. But right now, we're going to go down here around field 29. We're going to mow it up. And then we also need to combine, I believe it was 27 that is ready to be combined, so we get some straw off it, plus some grain. So let me get in the mower and get her down there. This is the mower we went with, the Big M. I think it'll do a lot. It has a hitch, so we could actually do stuff with it, pull a baler behind it. But since I wanted Ted some to make hay bales, I think we're just going to mow it regular for now. But yeah, this is our field here. Let me hop out and see. It is oats. So we'll have to get back here and get our combine for that. Harvest those oats, but I'll get down to the bottom of the hill and we'll get that mowed up. We do have some pretty nice views here on the farm. With a little river going around us on the right side here. I try to keep a little bit of a comfort zone between me and the water. So, when I'm working, especially when I'm using horseplay or hired workers on the farm, I don't want them to screw up and drive in, because we know a lot of times we play with the real speed mod turned on so it can go a little faster. Like here we are able to go almost 30 miles per hour. Makes this job go a lot faster than base speed of maybe 12. So I'll finish mowing this all up, then we'll grab the tedder, we'll come up here and we'll probably turn all of this one into hay, and then we'll go to another part of the map and mow it into silage. Let me finish this and we'll see you when I'm done. This farm build was actually done on a previous episode by my daughter, so if you haven't checked it out already, there's an earlier episode here on Forgotten Isles called Farm Build with Little Shrimp. So if you want to check out the actual build of this setup, just go to that video. I'll try to put a link down in the description so you can find it easier. But I'm going to go ahead and finish tedding all of this up. I don't know if we'll come back here and actually plow this ground up to be able to seed it in grass to make it grow a little better and look a little better, you know, because there's some light spots out there from where all the bushes were. I think it would probably look a little better if we would turn it into a regular field. So I will go ahead and get this tedded. We do have the new Oxbo rake from the Oxbo Pack that came out, maybe a month ago, I believe. I want to give that a shot. I haven't tried it yet. It'll be our first episode that we actually use it in. I don't believe I've actually probably used any of the Oxbo equipment. We will use it in this one. So let me get this tedded, then I'll go grab that rake. With this being my first time using this windrower, I'm probably going to have to turn on the cheat window to even know how to make it go one way or the other. I think I want it to go all to the middle. Let's see. Turn it on. Which way it's going. So we can zoom in here to see that. Man, it looks like the belts are already going the right way. Maybe this is how we want it. Let's try. Oh, perfect. That's what I want. So I'm not even going to change anything. No help window. Yay. I'm going to try to rake it all to the middle and then maybe go back the other way to rake another one. I think we have the quick baler. So yeah, so if we do something like this, just rake it in like that, I think that'll look okay. With the quick bale, it should be able to handle quite a little bit. So I think it's the quick bale that I ended up going with on this map. We'll go ahead and get all this raked in. I mean, it does have some really nice graphics. The way the grass goes right up on the conveyor belt, shoots over to the left. Let me finish raking this all up nicely, and then we'll run back up and grab the baler. Make some hay bales. I do believe this is my new favorite rake. It does a great job. Just kind of hard to try to figure out how to do it without making the rows too big. I mean, I know it's the quick baler, but you know, I try to do a somewhat realistic. Like, I don't want to make it so big of windrows that a normal baler couldn't handle it. I did rake some of the big windrows together. This is looking okay. Then I think I should be able to turn around and go the other way and rake them together in the middle. Sure, maybe 2 more windrows out here, and this will be wrapped up. I'm not sure if it's missing any or not in spots. I was trying to look when I went through earlier, and it looks like it's getting about everything. Here we go. We'll come up, do this real quick, get that last little bit, lift it up, and try to rake it back to itself. There we go. So I probably should have started just a little earlier. But yeah, if you look there on the, like right out here, it is still missing a little bit. I don't know if it's just from the speed I'm going. Can't keep up or what. But it's not missing enough to slow down for. But I will get this little part here in the middle done, and I'll go grab that baler. I've heard a lot of farm sim players say they got the Oxbo Pack for that windrower, and I gotta admit, yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, if I didn't have the season pass, I think maybe I would, after at least giving it a trial version of it, buy it for just that one windrower. Because it is awesome. Makes life go so much faster. Like, all this is all in one windrow here, which I know there was, I believe, was it a base game or I know there was one other one that had the rake. I think it was an extension on 19, but I think it was included in 22. And it would kind of rake like that, but the Oxbo, I mean, it was a better setup. So I'll go around, and because this is definitely able to keep up. We haven't missed any yet, so I'll finish baling this up, and then we will get the combine out of the barn, and we'll combine that oat field. All right, here we are with our Fendt combine and our header here, and we're still going with the Perard auger wagons. That's what we're using on the Alma series also. And you get too far away, their graphics are really bad, but you know, I like the variety of sizes they have. Most of our fields are fairly small here, so I didn't want to get a big wagon that won't really fit in any of our buildings either. So I went with that one. I'll go ahead and get this corn head taken off. I believe it was a Landini. I believe the tractor that's hooked up. Watch what I'm doing here. I'll get it pulled out, and we will get over and get in that field. Another thing I wanted to do on this series was go with equipment that I normally don't go with. Like this is, I believe, the first Landini I've ever used. And we did go with the smaller Fendt combine. It's the 7, I believe. Yes, the 7 series. It's a lot smaller there and easier to maneuver on these smaller fields. We do have some Massey Ferguson equipment. That's our main go-to, but we have Kubota on here. The Valtra that we have been using. These Fendt combines, I have used them before, but normally I use the bigger one. Get this thing hooked up, and we'll go over and get that oat field started. Being so close to the hillside on some of these fields, we really didn't want too big of a combine anyhow. I want to be able to turn around, so I should say. And it's kind of tight to not go off one of these edges. I might run over a little bit, but rather run over a little bit than drive where I shouldn't be driving. There we go. I mean, it's quite a little steep drop off there. Switch my speed up a little faster. There we go. Like I said, it's a smaller Fendt combine, so it doesn't have enough power to do too much, but it'll definitely work on these fields up here. Now, when we get the bigger fields down below, I mean, we might want to eventually get a bigger combine for that. This is perfect for these up on the hill. And then you guys that love the logging maps and fields, I will be logging, like I said, over there in the future when we want to expand the farm. Right now we have so much of that ground on the bottom that needs to be, mowed up and turned into hay bales and silage bales that will keep me busy for a little bit. But let me finish this, and we'll probably just put this grain in the bin for today. Best price is never the month that you harvest it. I will finish this up, and we'll see how many liters we get out of it. Well, that field really didn't produce too many liters. We only got 6,000 out of it. But, I mean, that's enough to get us started. So drop this off. We'll grab that auger wagon out. Whoop. And throw our head. Will it jump where it belongs? Come on. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Whoopsie. Hey, at least it spun around like it's supposed to. Isn't that nice? But I believe that should do it for this first episode here on Forgotten Isles. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. And then if you haven't subscribed already, we would love to have you as a subscriber so you don't miss any future episodes here on Auto Sim Crew. So until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose.